All right, story number two. Dreamville Fest was this weekend in Raleigh, North Carolina. Big shout out to Dreamville Fest. 1 second applause. Big shout out to J. Cole. 1 second applause. That has become a massive annual event. There was rumors that, I don't know if it was rumors, I think it was reported that this was the last year of Dreamville Fest. And it turns out that Dreamville Fest will be back under another name. So perhaps J. Cole, sold the rights to this festival or did a partnership deal with a larger organization. Nevertheless, Dreamville Fest, the Odd Future Carnival, Camp Flognaw, these are massive artist-led festivals that I really, really support. And from ideation to execution to what they do for the community and what they do to bring different artists together. And so I wasn't at Dreamville Fest this weekend, but it seems like there was a bunch of incredible acts. And it wasn't streamed. They didn't stream it this year. So perhaps they're going to release it in some other capacity now that it's over. But there was a big moment that took place at Dreamville Fest that connects to moments in the larger news cycle. Now, we've been talking about Kanye West here and there on this channel. I raised the question as to whether Ye's rants on Twitter are actually news in 2025. We talked about this on Culture United. Check it out if you missed it. And I made a commitment to myself that I'd only cover Ye straight up if he was actually talking or if there was something music related. And right now he is pushing World War III, the next album. I guess it's followed up Bully. Bully didn't make a dent at all. At all. I'm not even sure if it's still on YouTube. I'm not sure if they put it back up. I know they took it down on a couple of streaming platforms. I think Ye fans, we all listen to it. I'm a Ye fan. I'm a longtime Ye fan. Of course I'm going to listen to Bully. I wasn't moved by it at all, to be honest. Maybe I'm not in the right mindset to listen to new Ye right now. But for the things I like about Ye, there wasn't any of that in the album. I like when Ye raps. There weren't that many vocals, period, on this project. Two, there was something cold about it. There's something a little cold about it. I know there's allegations that a lot of the vocals were done with AI. At one point, Ye said, it's up to him to teach the world how to use AI. But it felt really distant and cold to me. I thought the production, the flips were great. But overall, it was a one-time listen for me. And I actually gave it 2 listens. I gave it a shot. Bully isn't sticking, and now he's back with World War III, which is a project that has a KKK member on the cover. Nevertheless, that's not what this video is about, but that's where Kanye West is right now. He released a clip of him in the studio recording a song called Heil Hitler, and he takes some shots at Drake on there. He's been taking shots at a lot of people, and one of those people is J. Cole. He said a lot of things about J. Cole. At one point, he said, I hate J. Cole music so much. In another post, he said, it's like between Kendrick and Cole, I bet you industry plants asked Cole to diss Drake. Then we would have been accosted with a Cole Super Bowl commercial with no SZA song to save it. That's kind of crazy. 1 second applause. I'm not even sure if Cole has the catalog to do the Super Bowl. I really question that. And that's wild to question with him being such a big artist. But if J. Cole ever performed at the Super Bowl by himself, if he headlined, I'd be shocked to see that. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. But one of the funniest things that Ye said about J. Cole was he said no one listens to Cole after losing their virginity. Now, Ye's been taking shots at Cole for a while. He also took shots at Cole on the Like That remix a year ago. And a lot of this is because J. Cole made false idols and took shots at Ye. Right. So one of the things that Cole did also a year ago at last year's Dreamville Fest was April 7th is when he apologized to Kendrick Lamar. And in his apology, one of the things he said was, 7 Minute Drill reminded him of where he was a few years ago when he wasn't moving right, when he wasn't aligned with God. Right. And so that's one of the things that he said. Now, since he said that, and since Port Antonio and since a few other tracks that have come out, it seems like he's just in a totally different space. Right. Maybe he's not into competitive hip hop. Maybe he's not looking to point fingers the way he's done so frequently, truthfully, throughout his career. We haven't heard him say anything about Freddie Gibbs yet. We haven't heard him say anything about Joey Badass yet. But on Dreamville, he said something about Ye. He said something about Ye. And it was immensely positive. Let's take a listen.
They said I needed some shit called a hit record. I ain't never even thought about that shit before. Like, I was stressing the fuck out, but even in your most stressful times, all you gotta do is just leave the door cracked for God. That's all he needs is a little bit of space and he can.
That's beautiful. That's 100% true. 1 second applause for God. That's really all you need. You gotta leave some space for God. God gotta be right there in the center. Whatever religion, whatever faith, whatever, but God gotta be there.
Slide right in there. And it was one day I was in a hotel and I had the fucking door cracked. Thank God I had the door cracked. I was listening to the song. I know niggas feel a way about him right now. But I got love for him and I really appreciate him.
I know niggas feel a way about him right now, but I got love for him and I really appreciate him. 1 second applause. That's a dope level of compassion right there. If you guys, anybody who watching who doesn't know who he's talking about, he is talking about Ye. And what he is referring to is that Ye had a song called New Workout Plan on College Dropout. 1 second applause for the College Dropout. Classic song. I love it. All the mocha latties, you gotta do Pilates. 1 second applause. That song, when that song came out, like that was a very fresh song to make. Like there's not a lot of workout songs on big hip hop albums at that point in time. And that came out really dope. And J. Cole flipped that for his first single on Sideline Story. And so he didn't have a hit song. He was stressing out how to what that looked like for him. And he ended up flipping New Workout Plan, and it became a big song for him. So this is a great moment that J. Cole's describing here. He continues.
He cleared all these fucking samples for me, and you know what I mean? And when that door cracked, I heard some shit that I had heard for a long time. I had been hearing this shit, but I heard it differently that day. It was like, imagine I'm in the bathroom, but I had the laptop in the hotel room on the bed, and I heard this shit coming from the other room.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna play from that. But this is a cool moment. I mean, Kanye did clear those samples, did clear that sample for him. Now, Ye and, J. Cole came out under Jay-Z, so I'm sure that wasn't a very difficult thing to do. And, but he still did it. So J. Cole's first hit record is inextricably tied to Kanye West. Now, whatever's happened between them over the years, J. Cole did call him out on false prophets. And Ye has been screaming about Cole essentially in one way or the other for the past year. And rather than throw shots again or double down or say Ye is crazy, he actually takes a really humble route. He says, I know people feel crazy about him right now, but I really appreciate him. I got love for him. And he cleared all these samples. So 1 second applause to J. Cole. I thought that was a cool moment from J. Cole and a nice shout out to Ye. I'm not sure how Ye is going to react to this. Ye has been in a whole nother dimension, it seems, when it comes to the way he's communicating, whatever points he's communicating. And I've talked about this before. It is really sad to me because I used to find so much hope in Kanye's music. And Kanye West's music was littered, spilling with inspiration, motivation, and hope. And hope. It's one of the things that really attracted me to his art, his music, his sound. And for a very long time, all we've really gotten is a lot of anger and fear. And regardless of how immensely talented he remains, how he can make a song out of anything, it just doesn't hit me the same. So this was a cool moment. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section. Let me know if you're going to listen to World War III whenever this comes out. And let me know if you ever think Ye and J. Cole will make up in the future. I think Ye has a history of making up with a lot of people. So to me, that's definitely on the table. My name is Justin Hunt. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow the Company Man on everything. Follow the Justin Hunt podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunte is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping in. Systematical culture views us radicals, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dabbing them. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, yes, dog. You don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunte is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunte is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.